Hi guys, how is everyone doing? How is everybody doing? All right, shalom, shalom, shalom to everybody. Okay, so today's video is brought to you by every one of y'all that has asked me to show you guys how to make herbal tinctures. Okay, um, so this video might not be of interest to a lot of people, just like a lot of my health videos are, because let's face it, most of our people are not interested in health topic. If it's not food, right? And unless death is knocking at the door, and that's when most people start focusing on their health, when literally death is knocking at the door, when they get a diagnosis from their doctor, they get scared, and now everybody's running around like a chicken with their head chopped off. Yeah, I mean, that's fact. That's fact with most people. Most people don't care about their health until death is knocking at the door. So this video might not be of interest to a lot of people as usual, because it's dealing with health. But I'm going to throw it out there because quite a few people has asked me to demonstrate and show you guys how I make my herbal tinctures. So for those of you who don't know what an herbal tincture is, I'm going to show you one of them that I have already made, and something that you might have seen in your local the vitamin shop or your local herbal store. So this is what usually a herbal tincture look like. Okay, so you guys have seen these things, right, at your local herbal store. Okay, so this is one that I have made. This one is for prostate. This is for the prostate for the men. All right, and I have had quite a few brothers who have purchased this. This is for the men. All right, I have another one here for anyone that's suffering from overactive thyroid. Okay, overactive thyroid or hyperactive thyroid. All right, or hyperthyroidism. Same thing, right? Overactive thyroid. So this is one that I have put together and made for that. And here's another one that I made for the ladies. And that one is for the women who are suffering from uterine fibroid, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, so on and so forth, right? This one here I made. I started these, I believe, around December or January, somewhere around there. So yeah. So tinctures. What are tinctures? Tinctures are herbs, okay? Tinctures are herbs in liquid form, all right? They're not teas, okay? Teas are what you put on the stove and you boil them and you drink them. Tinctures are made a little bit different, okay? Tinctures are made with, you can make it with alcohol. You can make it with some other things. I personally believe that when tinctures that are made with alcohol are stronger, they are more potent, right? Okay, so I use alcohol to make my tinctures. And when you go to the store, when you go to the vitamin shop or any other herbal stores, most of the tinctures in these places are made with alcohol. All right, and so I'm going to demonstrate to you guys today how I make my tinctures. What am I using? So today I'm going to use. So whenever I'm handling herbs, I usually wear my gloves. Okay, make sure your hands are clean when you're handling your herbs, and make sure you're wearing some type of glove or something. And sometimes I do put on a mask when I'm doing my herb. I'm not going to put on a mask right now, because a lot of the herbs, they're so strong that sometimes the scent just goes right up in your nostril and it can have you sneezing and coughing. Yeah, herbs are very strong when you're dealing with them all the time. So yeah, so I'm going to show you quickly how I make. I'm just trying not to make this video long, okay? So I'm gonna listen. This is so easy. You know how they say so easy a caveman can do it? Trust me, it's so easy a caveman can do it. Okay, all right. So let me just say this. So I'm going to demonstrate how I make my tinctures. All right. I have a whole bunch of them in front of me here. I'm going to show you in a minute. So herbal tinctures are more potent than tea, right? Now, I like to drink teas and I like to take my tinctures too. There's a balance. I always talk about balance, right? So, herbal tinctures are a little bit more potent, and you have to know when to take them and when to take your teas. I go back and forth between the tinctures and the teas. But they are strong. They're very strong. They're very potent. All right. And so one of the difference between herbal tinctures and teas is that tinctures work a little bit faster. For example, when I had the issues with the respiratory problem, you know, um, I came home and I took some tinctures, and that happened to work faster than my tea would, so they do work a little bit faster. What else? Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. Oh, one other thing. I'm just winging it as I go along, guys. I don't have anything written down anywhere. So, what I'm about to make, right, is a herbal tincture made from a formula. And I'm going to explain to you guys what a herbal formula is, right? So I'm about to make a tincture. Where is it? So this right here, I made this yesterday, right? This is what I made yesterday. I made this last night. So this is a PCOS, uterine fibroid, ovarian cyst formula. So this is one for the women's reproductive system, right? For the endocrine system, for sisters who are suffering from fibroids and cysts and, so on and so forth, right? So I do make those. I take them myself. My family takes them. And a couple of you sisters, you guys buy them from me. So that's what I'm going to make today. So when you are making tinctures, you want to know why you're making your tincture, right? That's the main thing. You just don't want to just get up and make a tincture. You don't know why you're making a tincture. So if you are suffering from PCOS, if you're suffering from thyroid issue, if you're a guy and you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or prostate problem or whatever, right? So you have a medical issue. So if you want to make a tincture for prostate, or you want to make a tincture for PCOS sisters, you want to make a tincture for thyroid problem, you have to get all of your herbs together for that particular illness, right? So the example that I'm going to use today is a formula that I have in front of me here that I'm going to use to make my tincture. And this here is a PCOS, uterine fibroid, ovarian cyst formula. All right, this is the formula that you would use if you're suffering from those things. Polycystic ovarian syndrome, uterine fibroid, ovarian cyst, right? So this is the formula. And in here, I have approximately a dozen herb in here. So a formula is a conjunction of several different herbs that are used to prevent or eliminate an illness. That's what a formula is. So any knowledgeable herbalist that you go to, and you say, hey, I have this illness that I'm dealing with, if they give you one herb, they don't know what you're doing, okay? A knowledgeable herbalist uses formulas, all right? If they are going to try and help you, you need a combination of several different herbs to treat or eliminate any type of illnesses. Because when you have an illness, you're dealing with several different things that's going on in your body. For example, if you're dealing with PCOS and ovarian cysts and all that, you're dealing with a lot of problems with the endocrine system. You're dealing with hormonal problems, circulation problem. You have something growing inside, like the little cysts, right? And the fibroids, you know what I mean? You're dealing with blood issue, your period problem where you're getting your period every, all that bleeding and heavy bleeding and all that stuff. So you're dealing with several different things here. If you're dealing with uterine fibroids, PCOS, and stuff. So you need several herbs combined to combat that situation, right? So that's what a formula is. A formula is a combination of several different herbs that is put together carefully by somebody who have experience with herbs to combat an illness. All right. So in here, this is my PCOS formula, polycystic ovarian syndrome, ovarian cyst, right? And I have approximately about 12 different herbs in here. And so now I don't expect every sister or every brothers, right, to know what to use to treat an illness or get rid of an illness, okay? And this is why I put these things together. You guys can go to the website and you'll see these things there, okay? That's why I put them together. So if you plan, I'm talking to the sisters now, if you plan on making one of these for yourself, right? Uterine fibroids, PCOS, if you plan on making some tinctures out of, for yourself, I've already gone ahead and put all of this together. So all you have to do is take the herbs and make your tincture with it. You don't have to go running around looking for a million herbs, looking for all the herbs to put together, especially if you don't know what you're doing. You know, so I've gone ahead and I have this available. A lot of you guys already know. You guys have purchased this, right? You guys have already purchased this, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I am going to pour. Hopefully it doesn't spill, right? Pour my herb in here. Whoops, I'm sure it did. It did spill. Okay. There we go. All right. Like I said, I have approximately 12 different herbs in here. You cannot treat uterine fibroids, ovarian cysts, PCOS. You cannot treat those things with one herb. Okay, so I see women taking Vitex. That's it. Like you can't. That's not going to help. It might help a little bit, but it's not going to get rid of the problem. I see some women taking red raspberry leaves. That's not going to help. You need a combination of all of these herbs here that are going to help the endocrine system. All of these herbs combined help the endocrine system, right? Chase tree berries, red raspberry leaves, red clover, pariaco, downquire root, saw palmetto, and so on and so forth. You need all of those herbs combined. So, whoops. All right, here we go. All right, so we have a little bit more in here. All right, okay, there we go. So now I got my alcohol here. I'm going to show you guys what I'm using. I'm using vodka, all right? And I use 100%, 100 proof, my bad. Yeah, 100 proof, which is 50% alcohol. So 100 proof vodka is what I always use to make my tincture. I try not to go any lower. I don't want it to be too, I try to use some type of balance. I don't go any higher either. Like, okay, let me just say this, right? You don't want to use this to make your tincture. This right here. I see a lot of people using Everclear. Do not use Everclear to make your tincture. First of all, this thing will rip your inside out. Look at this. Look at this. That is 185, almost 190 proof. That's 94.5% alcohol. That's a lot. That's not gonna. You don't want to put that on your herb, girl. Okay, you don't. All right, it's gonna mess up your herb. It's gonna be too strong. You ain't gonna get much properties from your herbs. No. So you want to stay somewhere in the middle. All right, where you want to allow your tincture to sit and marinate. All right, slowly. If you put that in there, that Everclear, oh my goodness. Let's don't even talk about it. So let's pour. So I'm using my vodka, right? 100 proof. That's what I recommend. Okay. And I think this is what a lot of the big companies use. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I could be wrong, but they use like a 50-50. 50-50. Okay, there we go. So now I usually like to allow my alcohol to come above the herb in my so it's almost full, right? So I usually just fill it up, leave a little bit of room where the alcohol is covering the herb. All right. So right now it is covering the herb. Okay. And so I'm going to cover this. All right. I'm going to shake it a little. Okay. See how easy that was? That was so easy. Like that's literally how you are making your tincture. That's it. But if you don't know how to combine your herb, that's going to be a problem. So, like I mentioned, if you're trying to fix an illness, if you're trying to, eliminate or treat some type of problem that you're suffering from, you're going to have to know what type of herbs to put together to make your tinctures. Okay. So, so that's my PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, uterine fibroid, ovarian cyst formula here, and that's the tincture. Man, I forgot about I wanted to show you guys how. Where is it? Give me one second. Thought I had it right here. Apparently, I don't. Okay, I wanted to show you guys how. Give me one second. You know what? I don't know where it is. I want to show you guys how I extract my tincture from the bottle. I usually use a little strainer and a little funnel, okay? But for some reason, for the love of God, I have no idea what I did with it. I thought I had it in front of me, but apparently not. Okay, anyway. So now I usually put a label on my bottles, okay? So I'm going to show you this one here, as I mentioned earlier, I made yesterday, okay? So this is the same thing, same exact thing that I just made just now. All right, so that's a formula that I made yesterday. So that's going to be sitting here. Now I allow my tinctures to sit anywhere between 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 weeks. Sometimes I let them go for 8 weeks, okay? 2 months. All right. Now every couple of days, you don't have to do it every day, but every couple of days you want to go in, you want to grab your tinctures and shake them up for about 30 seconds. And so why are you doing that? You want your alcohol and your herbs to really, really marinate, come together and marinate with each other, because the alcohol is what is really pulling all of that medicinal properties from your herbs, okay? And so you go in every couple of days. Now, I want to tell you guys, when you are storing these things, make sure you are storing them in somewhere nice and dark, in a dark area of your house. It could be in your pantry, somewhere in the corner, dark. You can cover it with a little towel or something in the corner. Make sure it's, nice and dark and dry, and make sure you don't have like mold or any type of moisture in the house where you start seeing mold around your, your thing. So yeah, make sure it's kept in a nice dark place, right? So that's it. And every couple of days, maybe every other day or so, you want to go and just make sure you are shaking for about 30 seconds. Make sure that your herbs are really marinating with your alcohol there. All right. So this is something that I made for eczema, okay, and this is for the skin and the liver, because when you have eczema, you're having issues with the organs of elimination, which happens to be your liver, happens to be one of them, your kidneys, right? And so the skin and the liver is they have a close relationship, okay? Yeah. So this is, here we go. This is a liver and skin formula that I put together, I believe, somewhere back in January or February, I believe. So this has been sitting there marinating for a long time. So what are we in, June? Oh yeah, this is at least 4 to 5 months. This has been sitting here. So yeah, this is for the skin and the liver, and this is a you know, eczema. Or it doesn't have to be for eczema. Like I take it, but I don't have eczema because this helps to keep the liver healthy. You know, even if you don't have any issue, these are used, all of these tinctures, they're used for maintenance. It's like when you have a vehicle, you don't wait for your vehicle to break down. You maintain the vehicle. You take it to the car repair shop and you make sure everything is fine, right? That's what you do with your body. You don't wait until it breaks down. So even though this is used for people who have eczema, you know, a lot of people use this to prevent issues with the liver and make sure that the skin is, you know, their skin is glowing and all that stuff. Because once your organs of eliminations are healthy, you're going to have healthy skin. Okay. Yes. You don't want any stagnation in the body. When you start having stagnation in the system where things are becoming stagnant, that's where you start having skin problem. Okay. So you don't have to necessarily have a skin issue to use these things. Just want to make that clear. This is something else that I made. So I want to make it, let me just say this, right? So as your tincture sit and marinate, you're going to notice that the color of your tinctures are going to get darker, all right? They're going to start getting darker and darker. And so this is one that I made last weekend on the 13th, I believe. And so as you can see, I'll show you guys the difference. You see the difference between these two? Look at this, right? You see how dark this one is? This one I made over a week ago. I think approximately a week ago. I made it on the 13th. And this is the one that I made this morning. And as you can see, this is lighter, right? So this is something that I made for the respiratory system, right? Now, this one is for me and my husband. This one is for me and my husband, okay? Listen, I always have something for the respiratory system in my house. Always, at all times. I've been doing this for years. I always have something for the respiratory system in my house. Always. Okay, because we're breathing in stuff all over the place, you know, all the stuff from the environment, you know what I mean? We're eating all kind of stuff. Our respiratory system is under attack at all times, at all times. Okay, you see all this corona bull crap? Okay, your respiratory system is under attack 24/7 as you breathe. Hello, every breath you take, your respiratory system is under attack. All right, so I make sure that my house is never out of a respiratory, something for the respiratory system, something, all right? And it's not just tinctures. I have a ton of other stuff that I keep in my house for the respiratory system. I take them in tinctures and I take them in teas. Now, a few months ago, I asked people, hey, if they wanted me to make them some, and a couple of people said, yeah, but then I never heard from them again. And so, hey, all right. But yeah, so this is a tincture this is a 32-ounce bottle of respiratory tincture that I have in my house. I can probably get over a dozen of these bottles. I kid you not. I can get about a dozen of these bottles out of this. You see that? Now, if you go to your local B vitamin shop, right? And you pick up, this is a 2-ounce, look at that. That's a 2-ounce. I don't know if you guys can see that, right? Okay. So that's a 2-ounce bottle of tincture. This at the vitamin shop is about somewhere anywhere between $25 and $35, right? Because this is 2-ounce. The 1-ounce bottle is anywhere between $12 and $15, right? So if you make your own tinctures, all you need is a bottle of vodka, right? Which you're probably gonna spend, I don't know. I don't know what state you live in. Maybe anywhere between 15 and 17 bucks, right? And you make one bottle of this and you still have another bottle to go, right? Hello, right? Okay, good. There you go. So you buy a little bottle of vodka, you get your little 32-ounce jar, and you get a formula. And look at this. I just made that, right? No, not that. This. I just put, right? And I still have almost half of my herb left. You see? So I can get another bottle of this out of this. So now this is a 16-ounce bottle, right? This is a 16-ounce bottle. So I can make two 16-ounce bottles of tinctures out of this one formula, herbal formula here. This one PCOS ovarian cyst formula, right? Which is a 32-ounce bottle, right? And now I can get about a dozen of these out of this. You see what I'm saying? Are y'all catching me? Hello? Okay. I'm just trying to, hello? All right. So you can get a lot of this out of this, is all I'm saying. All right? How much money you're going to save? For those of you who go out and buy tinctures all over the place, $15, $20-something dollars. You make one of these and this will last you for a long time. Okay? Okay. And so over here I have, this is a formula I made for a sister asked me to make this for her. And I don't know where she is. Okay? A sister asked me to make she has overactive thyroid. And I made this for her, and I have no idea where she is. But okay, so I have this here. It's been sitting here since, I believe, somewhere between January and February, because I made it when I made my liver formula. Right? Made them together. So this has been marinating for a long time. All right. And so this is something that I have here for the thyroid. Anybody who's suffering from overactive thyroid. All right. I have about 2 of these. There's another one of this somewhere over there. All right. So two of these I have, 32 ounces. That's 16 ounces. Okay. Now, there's another PCOS. Right. There we go. This here is also something that I have for the liver. All right. This is milk thistle, and I also have some yellow dock root in here. So this is actually milk thistle and yellow dock root. And I'm going to give you guys some homework, okay? After you finish watching this video, I want you to go and look up milk thistle and yellow dock. Milk, Thistle, and yellow dock root. And I want you guys to educate yourself on these 2 wonderful herbs. These are 2 of the best herb for the liver, And I'm going to say this to the brother. I'm going to say this to the brothers, okay? Brothers, for those of you who drink a lot, okay, who abuse alcohol, my sister, her partner just passed away a few months ago from liver cirrhosis. The brother was only, what was he, 37 years old? 37, young man, right? He was in his 30s, and he passed away from liver cirrhosis. And if for any of you guys who know what liver cirrhosis is caused by an overconsumption of alcohol, okay? Overconsumption of alcohol. That's what caused liver cirrhosis. And unfortunately, not even 40 years old, and the brother died from liver cirrhosis because he drank too much. All right, that's just the bottom line. And the studies are now coming in saying that young men in their 20s are coming down even faster with liver cirrhosis because people are just drinking, abusing their liver with alcohol. You turn around and there's liquor everywhere. There's liquor everywhere. And just people are just drinking nonstop. A lot of people are addicted to alcohol and they won't, hello, they won't admit it. right? So you cannot change what you don't acknowledge. All right, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. So unfortunately, you know, yeah, a lot of our brothers are having issues with, liver problem. All right, so I can't help you if you don't want to help yourself, right? And these herbs are not going to help you either if you don't make drastic changes with your habits and with your health. If you are somebody who consume a lot of alcohol, you got to stop. The scripture talks about balance. Balance. Where is the balance, right? Some of you guys are in denial. You don't think you're doing, oh, I'm good, whatever. I'm not doing it that much, whatever. But if you can't go a week without drinking, putting a cup or a bottle to your mouth, you're addicted. Give me a break. You're addicted. All right? I've gone I've gone a whole year without eating meat. I'm not addicted to any food at all. All right? I'm always fasting. So you gotta unaddict yourself, if that's a word. Okay, get rid of the addiction. A lot of us are addicted to something. All right. So milk thistle and yellow dock root is used to clean up the liver. All right, and just detox. So that's your homework. Your homework is to go and look at the health benefit of milk thistle and yellow dock root. All right. So there is a bunch of herbs that are used for a lot of different things. Those two herbs are very good for the liver. All right. So I have put together these two herbs in the form of a tincture here, and this has been marinating from the 13th of June. So last weekend was when I put this together. Oh, let me say this, right? If you are using milk thistle, especially the seeds, you cannot use it to make a tea, right? Milk thistle is a water soluble herb, and it should only be used in the form of tinctures. Like I use a lot of teas. Like for example, you can make a tea out of this. Put it on the stove, boil some water, and boil some water, put that in there, and drink a cup of tea. With the milk thistle, you shouldn't do that. You're not going to get much benefit from it if you boil it. Milk thistle should be used in the form of tinctures. You get more benefit from it that way. So if you plan on using these two herbs, milk thistle and yellow dock, I have them available for you that you can get to make your own tinctures with. All right. See, I try to make things easy for you guys. I put them together for you, and all you got to do is just grab them and make your tincture. All of these things, your PCOS, right? Let me share my screen with you guys for a second. I gotta take my glove off. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. I'll take these gloves off. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Whoops. Here we go. Sorry, guys. In case you guys are wondering why I have this box in front of me. Lord. I'm having some issues with sharing what I'm doing here. It's just not lining up with the camera. Anyway, so grassroot botanicals, a lot of you guys are familiar with it, right? Okay, so we're going to go to the product page, and I'm going to scroll down and look at, give me 1 second. 1 second. Where is it? I just want to show you guys something. Okay, so this here is, so what I just showed you guys, right? This right here. Whoops, that's not it. That's this, right? That's this right here. That's my PCOS, right? So as I mentioned earlier, I have about 12 different herbs in this formula here, right? Let me make it bigger. Let me make the screen bigger so you guys can see it. There we go. Okay. So this herb right here, this formula is your uterine fibroid PCOS formula, right? That formula has approximately 12 herbs in there, right? So if you plan on making, in 1 second, if you plan on making this tincture right here, instead of you running around looking for a whole bunch of different herbs, I have put together the formula for you. That's it. So you grab it and you pour it in here and you put your alcohol on it, and there you go. And that's pretty much it. All right. I wish I had my strainer and my funnel in front of me, because I wanted to show you guys how you just grab a strainer when your tincture is finished. When it's, after about 6 to 8 weeks, when it's done, you're going to get one of these bottles, empty, of course, and you're just going to put a little funnel right on top and put your strainer there, and you pretty much just strain the liquid off of it. That's pretty much what you do when you're done with when it's ready. Okay. What else? What am I missing? So yeah, milk thistle. This is going to be up on the website by the time this video is done. All right. This is this right here is what's in this: milk thistle and yellow dock root. That's what's in here. All right. And so I wanted to make this available because I had quite a few people asking me, what do you have for the liver? What do you have, just something for maintenance for the liver? I had quite a few people. I had a couple of brothers asking me, what do you have for the liver? And I had to tell a couple of brothers, like, hey, if you're drinking, you can't be trying to take care of the liver while you're damaging it at the same time. It's counterproductive. So if you're going to take something for the liver, right? If you're going to try to take care of the liver, you're going to have to get rid of what's making it bad in the first place. And you're going to have to do some cleanse. You're going to have to cleanse the system, brothers and sisters, okay? Do some cleanse every now and then, some flushes to flush out all of the toxins, because, hello, your liver is one of the organs that eliminate toxins from the body, okay? That's what your liver does. That's the main function of your liver, is to eliminate toxins from the body. So if your liver is stagnant, it's not going to work to eliminate those toxins. And then you're going to have toxins sitting in your body because the liver is not working properly to eliminate it. You see what I'm saying? And now you coming to me asking me for something for the liver. Yeah, but you got to stop putting all the crap, all this stuff down there. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're adding it to some herbs. And certainly not this. Certainly not the Everclear. Stay away from the Everclear. I don't even know why I had it. Somebody gave it to me, and and I mix it with something else. So you see, I've had this for a while, and I kept using a little bit of it where I mix it with with something not as strong, so kind of balance it out. But I don't think I'll be using this for, I don't mess with that at all. All right. But moderation, guys. That's how you make your tinctures. Okay. That's how I make mine. People make tinctures different ways. Some people use glycerin. Some people use apple cider vinegar. I've never done it. I've done the studies, and the alcohol pull the properties from the herbs better. That's just what I think from my research and what I've been doing for years. I've tested the glycerin, I've tested the other stuff, and I find that using a balanced alcohol is better. It makes your tincture stronger, but you don't want to use anything too strong. Then you're going to mess up your herb, you're going to mess up your tinctures. So like I mentioned earlier, I use 100 proof, which is 50% alcohol. All right. You can even go down to 80. Okay. But you're going to have to let it sit for a little bit longer. But you can go down to 80. I don't go any further, down. I stay at anywhere between 80 and 100. All right. Proof. Okay. And so that's it. So, yeah. I think that's it. So for the brothers who have been asking me for something for the liver, all right, I just showed you, literally just showed you how I made my tincture. It's very easy. 50%, 50 proof, vodka. You need one of these, which you can find at the dollar store, one of these bottles here, right? And your herbs. What you got to do is just put it in there, pour your alcohol on top of it, and let it sit 6 to 8 weeks. You see how simple that was, right? And so, for those of you who've been asking me, you can go on that same website that I just showed you. I'll put the link down below to the video, and this is your um, yellow dock and your milk thistle. All right, that's something that I put together just for everyday maintenance of the liver and so on and so forth, the detox system. What else? I think I might add another herb to it. I'll think about it. Okay. All right. But I will be adding this to the website. All right. By the time this video is over. So that's it. That's it, right? I don't know if you guys have any more question. I mean, any question, just put them down below in this video, and I will try to answer them down there, right? That's it. Or for those of you who are in the group, just come to the group and ask, all right? I hope I was able to demonstrate how I make my tincture, right? This here is a bottle of uterine fibroid PCOS ovarian cyst formula, the same exact thing that I just made, right? I literally have had this sitting in this bottle for over 2 years. Don't ask me why. I'm just too freaking lazy to pour it out. All right. You see, it's almost done. Like you can see the liquid all the way down here. It's literally almost done because I've been just pouring it into my other bottles and using it, but I just been too lazy to remove all of it from the bottle. So it's literally been sitting here marinating for over 2 years, guys. But it is strong. Let me tell y'all something. It is strong. Yeah, man, strong. Okay. Yes. So, listen. I pretty much use everything that I make. Okay. I don't whatever you guys get from me, I use them. I use all of these things, all of them. Even the this right here. Yeah, I gotta take care of my thyroid. Are you kidding me? Okay. I gotta make sure that nothing happens to it. That's the whole listen, the purpose of taking herbs is not necessarily to get rid of an illness. If you don't have an illness, you still need to take care of your body and make sure that you don't get one. You don't get an illness. That's the point. The scripture says the herbs are given to us for meat. For meat. We got to take them every day. Well, maybe not every day, balance again. We got to deal with balance. I don't really take herb every day, right? Like this morning, I had some sea moss. That's a herb, but I didn't have any of this today, right? I had a lot yesterday, and maybe tomorrow I'll have some more. But I mean, we're dealing with balance here, so I don't get up and drink herb every single day. We have to exercise balance. But I'm not suffering from an illness. If you are suffering from an illness, then that's a different story. You got to follow a protocol, a regimen, and do what you have to do to get better. Okay. So I love you guys, and I hope I was able to demonstrate well how I make the tinctures. If you make it another way, feel free to share your, thing down below this video. Let me know how you make it. All right. Like I said, I have something for the prostate for the brothers here. I think I have a couple of them left. Probably about 5 or 6 of them upstairs somewhere. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they are on the website. And I have less than 10 of these, and I believe these are also on the website as well. Let's see if it's there. I don't even remember what the heck is on there, but let me just share my screen for a second and see what's up there. Here we go. So, oh yeah, there you go. So that is for your overactive thyroid or hyperthyroidism, right? Those of you who are suffering from that. Okay? And that is a formula, because in order to take care of thyroid problem, you need a combination of different herbs, not just one herb. So that's a formula. All right, guys. I hope I didn't ramble on too long. I will talk to you guys later. Love you guys, okay? I haven't seen you guys in so long. Well, see you guys later. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.